home and if you get any symptoms, then come back. And I was like, if he gets symptoms, he's dead. Like, that's rabies, right?
My Mother Said I Shouldn't with Sarah and Michaela.
Welcome back to another episode of My Mother Said I Shouldn't. And I'm so excited because it is Sarah's turn to bring the topic of discussion.
Yes, it is.
What is she going to say?
Okay, so this one is, my mother said I shouldn't travel so much in my 30s.
My mum says that.
Right! It's a thing, like people, and when you travel, people are like, oh, you're off again, are you? Off again.
My mum worries that I'm going to get kidnapped.
We need to get your mum on the show. I think we need to get your mum on here just to have a conversation. Be like, right, well, tell us what you think.
She thinks she watches way too much TV, way too much news. I say I'm going to Spain. She thinks I'm going to get kidnapped. She feels like I'm going to some third world country and it's all going to kick off.
I mean,
She worries.
thing is though, watching the news can do that to you.
Oh yeah, exactly. And my mum's got fear. She's got so much fear in her body. And now with that plane, she's going to be like, not wanting me to get on a plane. You know what I mean?
Awful though. I researched that. That was awful, you know. Like,
So sad.
so sad.
But it's still, you're still more likely to die in a car crash on the road than what you are in a plane.
See, that is true. But do you know what scares me though? Is that in a plane, other than the person that was sat on 11A, by the way, that was the one seat, the one survivor was sat on 11A, which was the same seat that a guy in the past had been in a plane crash, and the only survivor, he came off and he was on 11A. It was 11A.
What?
So I bet you everyone's going to be going for 11A now anyway. But I think that when you're crashing in a plane, you have so much less chance of survival, and that's the scary thing. You're going down, like, you know, it's very unlikely that if it's going to go down and it's going to crash, that you're going to survive that. I think that's the scary thing.
Yeah. Sometimes when they're doing those little demonstrations at the front, I'm like, there is no point in watching you right now. But I will watch, just in case.
Well, I mean, so what they've done, because I did, obviously was at the Emirates for a while, right?
Sarah used to work in their hostess.
I did. It was a year, loved it. Well, I enjoyed the travel. But through all the accidents that have happened over the past, they've managed to find the best ways to try and protect yourself during a crash. Now, like the brace position, obviously that's to try and keep you from damaging your body on the way down, and so then when you land, you can obviously get off the plane. So the things that they've put in place are for survival for their best possible chances of survival if a crash was to happen. But yeah, and you have like emergency landings all the time, so you're trained to how, if you have that emergency landing, get everyone off that flight safely. So, and even the oxygen things drop down. Like I know there's a door came off of one plane. I don't remember when that was, but a door came off of the plane. But luckily they weren't at too high an altitude. They were lower down. But then the oxygen came down, and they were able to, you know, take that while they were, you know, in this plane with.
A door came off a plane.
Yeah, it was the same company. The door came off. They'd not put the bolts in. So as they were, I think it was as they were landing, the door came off. They were really lucky that it wasn't up in high altitude. If it was in high altitude, so many lives would have been lost. I don't even know if they would have survived, to be fair. I don't know what happens with that with the cabin pressure.
Weren't there a plane crash, or not crash, but a plane incident where the top of the cockpit came off, and the co-pilot had to hold the pilot in?
No, I didn't know about that.
Sure, someone's told me about that.
See, that's just so. Then listening to the
He got frostbite.
Oh my goodness!
The pilot got frostbite because he survived though, and he covered his face so he could breathe.
That's impressive.
I mean, do your research, just in case.
Well,
His foot got caught on like the seatbelt or something, and that gave, I don't know, something like that.
Gee. I mean, so this is why you should listen to your safety demonstrations, because you just never know what's going to happen, and you need to know every possible chance of keeping yourself safe in that air.
I'll be wrapping my foot around that
the
seatbelt. She'll be like, "That's supposed to go in your midriff." I'm like, "That's not going to protect me, love."
But it is. It's scary and it's awful. And the people that have just in India, that you can't even imagine. I don't think we want to go into that now. I think we'll probably because it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
so sad.
I mean, it's okay to go into it, but
Yeah. It's really
what
sad.
do you think your mum's fear is? So my mum's fear is that something's going to happen to me when I'm away. That I'm going to get kidnapped, I'm going to get food poisoned, I'm going to die, basically. She always just worries I'm just going to die. What do you think your mum's fear is? Is it centred around that, or is it centred... Because your mum used to be a traveller, whereas my mum, she's only ever been... She got her passport, like, 10 years ago, for the first time when she went on a cruise with my granddad. That's the only time she's ever been out of the country, for various reasons, mostly to do with we just didn't have money growing up. Like, we had no money, so we were really strapped in terms of extra cash to go on holidays and whatever. But also, I think she does have this fear. So it's never been like a normal thing for her to go travelling. It's always been like a mysterious thing. It's always been like something that she just never did. She's never been on a plane. She's still never been on a plane. Yeah.
Wow.
I think she'd be fine on a plane, but she's never been on a plane because she just doesn't go abroad. She just doesn't go away. So, yeah, you can kind of understand it, why it would, I suppose, concern her.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's quite unfamiliar. But what about your mum?
Well, it'd be interesting if your mum then did go abroad and fly and see that actually what it's really like, you know.
She's been in a helicopter.
She's been in a helicopter but not a plane? When was she in a helicopter?
Got her a helicopter experience.
Oh, that's amazing. You know, I think helicopters are more scary than planes.
They are.
Yeah.
Very scary. Because you feel like you're in something unstable. I'm not a big fan of a helicopter. The skydive, that small plane as well, when we did the skydive, that was a bit rockety, weren't it? That's a bit like, you're going up there and you're like freaking out because it feels, that's like tin. It was like patchwork in it. Like, you look around and you're like, there is patchwork going on in it. I think I'm better off out of this plane in this parachute than in this plane.
See, this is it. When I had a parachute on, so I didn't even think about that. I was like, if this plane is going down, I've got a parachute. I am fine.
Yeah, but you need time for the parachute to open. So if it's going up and it breaks or something happens when you're not high enough, you're going to die. Your parachute won't open.
I don't think I'm ever going on holiday again. Well, no, I think I never noticed at the plane. I think it's because it's a plane.
You don't get parachutes when you go around.
They're talking about planes, Ricky, planes. I'm like, oh God.
When we were skydiving, I'm like, what?
Sky. I didn't even notice that. To be fair, I didn't actually notice that. I think I was just.
Did you know? I was looking around like, this is not looking like a very healthy plane.
See, I think I was just too panicky about the fact I was
Jumping
about
out.
to jump out of a plane. At like how many? What was our height? That was like the highest you could jump out or something.
That one, no, I'm not sure if it's the highest, but it's higher than the original. So the first time I did it was 10,000. The second time with you was 15,000. That was worse. The 10,000 was preferable because it really hurt my ears the second time.
My teeth. I was in pain.
Teeth?
I was like, I was smiling on the way down like, and my teeth. I had to close my mouth. I was like, oh my God.
I didn't have a teeth experience.
Oh, it was so sensitive. I've got sensitive teeth though, me.
No, mine was my ears, and I don't normally have sensitive ears. And also, at 15,000 feet, it's too much thinking time. At 10,000 feet, you jump out and you're like, amazing, oh my God, this is phenomenal. And it doesn't feel quite real, and you're taking it all in, it's great. And then the parachute opens. 15,000 feet, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing, this is phenomenal. I could die. And then you go, don't think about that. This is amazing, it's phenomenal. Oh, there's a camera. I could die.
See, I didn't think about that. Like, the whole time I was like, I was sore. I was sore. Like, because my ears also hurt. So my ears also hurt and my teeth hurt.
Teeth were hurt.
And I was like, I thought this is too high.
Bit too high. 10,000 I think would be better. I enjoyed my 10,000 one. That was the best one ever. I mean, I enjoyed that one as well. I did enjoy it. But there was pain associated with that memory. So it's less enjoyable in my mind.
But then I remember when we landed and people were like, oh, are you going to do it again? Are you addicted now? And I thought, absolutely no. I was like, I've done it once, ticked it off my list and I'm done. Don't want to do it again.
See, I feel like if you'd have done the 10,000, you might have wanted to do it again.
Well, because that's what you did, eh? You did it. You wanted to do it.
I wasn't as scared on the 15,000 though. But the bungee jump, the second bungee jump I did, my legs, I have never had legs that were shaking so much. Like, genuinely felt like Bambi.
Where was your second one? Where did you do that?
did it over Salford Keys with Tom. It was a tandem one, and he was fine. And my legs, like, because you go up in a crane, so you like, and I'm so scared of heights. I am so scared of heights.
Same.
Oh, it was awful, like jelly. I'd never experienced it, and after that, I was like, never want to do that again. The going down was actually quite fun, but I just never wanted to do it again because it was awful.
I couldn't do bungee.
I've never done one on my own. I never will now. I don't think. Maybe I will.
It's brave you've done one though. I think a bungee is difficult.
Bungee on your own, because when you're in tandem, they just drop you. Whereas when you're a bungee, you lean in on your own.
I wouldn't go anywhere. Like, get me off. Take me down.
I don't think I'd do it on my own.
Nah.
I think I'd struggle. It's the same with when you're jumping out of a plane though, isn't it? They're behind you and they're shuffling you. So they're with you. I like to be with someone. I like to be held in an environment that's
It's like, if you die, I die.
I
I die, you die, so you look after me.
I feel like it's just that contact of having someone like supporting you there. So you feel like you're strapped in, but you're not. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
It's like rides aren't too scary, but like me standing at the edge of a cliff is more scary. Because I'm not strapped in.
How close to this cliff are you going? You've got to keep a step back from the cliff, Kay.
Do you ever get that feeling when you're stood at the edge that you want to jump?
I get pulled. I don't want to jump. I feel like I'm getting pulled down.
That's gravity.
I'm up there and I'm just like, it just feels like literally my whole head just goes, ooh, and
Gravity.
ooh, oh, it's horrible.
See, I feel like a part of me goes, jump. Go on. Just see what it's like. I'm not going to. Not suicidal. That went dark.
Well, that.
But no, I'm not. I don't mean in that way. I mean as in like, I just feel this kind of urge to just fling myself off of it.
And just feel the rush and see what happens.
I feel like I was a bird in a previous life.
A bird?
Sometimes I have dreams and I feel like I can move my body to fly.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually can fly in the dream. It's amazing.
See, that's a nicer dream than me. My dreams, physically, when I feel things physically, is when I'm running through a wood, like the woods, and I trip over a really big branch. And I wake up.
Do you do the shock thing?
I do the shock because I've just tripped up, and I get a pain in my head. I'm like, I actually jail. I'm like, oh, that was sore. I'm just. Honestly. So I love the fact that you get to fly and me, I'm falling flat on my face in a wood.
Have you never flown in your dreams?
Nah, I've never flown in my dreams.
Oh, it's so good. I love those dreams. I have tripped. I trip on a curb. It's always a curb. I do the jump thing, it's always a curb.
Do you think everybody trips in their dream? Do you think this is a thing? I bet you this is a thing, that everyone trips. There we go, that'd be interesting to see if people tell us if they trip in their dream and what they trip on.
They must do because of the film Inception. That drop that wakes them up, isn't it?
I need to watch that
You've
again.
not seen Inception?
No, I've watched it, but it was years ago, so I need to watch it again.
I think everyone does trip in the dreams, but if anyone's out there and they're not having a trip, they're not tripping in the dreams, let us know.
Yeah.
So, back onto the topic, travelling. Is it unsafe? And is it unsafe for a woman to go on their own? Because that's another question, isn't it?
Well, so my mum, my mum and dad first off love that we travel. Like, they're just like, yes, they love that we're open to the world and things. Yes, they do worry about safety, absolutely, when it comes to when it comes to like illnesses that you can get over there and things, because they're not there to protect you. You're in a different country, it's like a bit difficult. But I would say more like society really when it comes to traveling, because I think people like, I know my brother travels a lot and things, and I think some people are like, oh, he's off again, and I think when people when they want to travel and spend their money on travel, I don't know if it's like a bit of a judgment there.
Oh, it's a money thing.
I don't know. Well, I would say that I feel like in people, when I chat to them in society, I feel like that. I feel like, you shouldn't be traveling that much,
I don't think it's a money thing with my mum. My mum wants me to live my life. She wants me to enjoy it. Every time I say I'm going away somewhere or whatever, she's very supportive of it.
Yeah.
She just wants me to be careful in terms of health and safety. Yeah.
So,
although my sisters, they have in the past been like, oh, you're going away again? But I think for them it's just because they're jealous, because they're unwit kids. But I
I think that might be what it is though. I think some people are like, if people aren't able to travel and stuff and someone is traveling all the time and just like, do you know what, whatever. There's loads of people in life that are like, oh my God, that's amazing, have an amazing time, blah, blah, blah. But I do feel like there's a thing there that you're not supposed to travel that much. Travel, but not that much, because you know, you're supposed to be earning your money, you're supposed to be paying for your house, you're supposed to be working, you're doing your 9 to 5. Why are you traveling so much? That's once a year you travel. Why are you traveling more than that? So I do feel like that's that is a thing that just kind of sat there sometimes, that people judge you for the amount of travel that you do if you do more travel than once a year. So, and it completely depends on the person, completely depends on the group there as well. But I do feel like that. But it wouldn't be, I think, with traveling with the fear of things, I would say money. It's like you're spending so much on money. Should you be spending that much on traveling? Because you should be doing other things in life. You should be settling and sorting other areas in your life first. And
so they think that your priorities aren't in check. You're doing all this travelling and really you should be focused on building a home and getting married and having a kid and that. Is that what they're thinking?
If I'm making money and if I've got enough money coming in, they're like, look, yeah, that's fine, travel. But I just think like people that I've heard just been like, oh, why are you they're travelling again? They're off again. You know, and isn't it a thing? And I'm like, why is that a thing? Why shouldn't, people should just be, if you've got the money, if you're able to, you've got the freedom at that point, then just to go and see the world and travel. Like,
yeah, I think my mum's quite supportive, to be fair, but she does worry about me going to certain places. That's it. And Tom's dad, I mean, he's travelling. He spends half of his days in Thailand and in Australia. He's travelling in his older years. Now he's retired, which is just incredible. So I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what other people have to say about it.
Well, what's interesting, you just touched on that as well though, like you travel, so you can travel when you're 20s, when you're young, travel when you're retired, but in between, that's a one holiday a year, that. Why? Why does that change?
Maybe it's because for most people, it's a one holiday. So people don't like you when other people...
Maybe.
And you're like, I have sacrificed not having a child to do this.
Yeah.
This has been a choice.
Like, yeah, sure, exactly.
Can't have it all. You can't have the cute baby on the holidays.
No, exactly.
You know, can't jet off for 3 weeks in Thailand and have a cute... Actually, some people do that. Them people are brilliant. You know them people who are travelling with a little baby?
I know.
Oh, how did they do that?
I genuinely don't know, because...
It's impressive.
I know. I don't think I could take a baby on a plane though. I think I don't know how I think I'd be so stressed out taking a baby on a flight.
Yeah, and then with the heat and everything else.
Their wee ears and that, yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, the ears, cabin pressure and that.
Oh, does it get sore?
Well, I was assuming they did. I just thought like young kids and stuff, because obviously on the flight they just don't know how to regulate, because we know how to like pop our ears and that, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Kids don't know how to do that. Yeah, I know.
Is that why they cry so much on planes?
I mean, I'm assuming so. I know.
Oh, well, now I feel bad. You know, when you're in the plane and you're like, oh, I'm sat next to a baby. It's the worst moment of your existence when you sat... Isn't it? You've got a long haul flight, you've got a night flight, and you've got a baby next to you, and you're like, why? What did I do wrong?
And that's it, you feel sorry for you're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so hard. But then you do feel sorry for the parents. You're like, oh my goodness, I feel sorry for you. And this is... Everybody's like
I feel sorry for them for about 3 hours, and then after that I'm like, you did this, it's all your fault. I hope it's an emergency. I hope you're on this plane because it's an emergency. Better be an emergency. And then it's all the empathy I have. And then I scold myself. Bad Michaela. Well, be more reasonable, Michaela.
It is hard when a baby is screaming though. It's a hard thing to listen to.
Yeah, normally it's not all the way through, but I do remember one particular plane where it was literally the whole way through. Oof. It was bad. And I was thinking, why bring the child? But there probably is reasons, you know. You see family, you go home. You can't live your life like that. You have to. So I say that, but I don't mean it, because I would do the same. You know, you have got to live your life. You cannot. It's an 8-hour flight. People can cope. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is the most irritating thing ever. So to be honest, actually, I'm not sure, because I get so irritated by it, because I'm a light sleeper. I feel like I probably wouldn't take a baby on a plane. That would just be my decision because of my like sleep and stuff. It's like having a baby in this house that I live in now. I've said to you that I don't really want to have a baby here because the walls are quite thin. It's a terraced house, so the walls are very thin, and I'm a little bit worried that the neighbours might hear. And I struggle with my sleep, so I think that would make me feel a bit guilty. Even though my sister was like, you can't not have a baby because your walls are thin.
And that is so true though, right? It is true. And I think it's like there's a line between I'm trying to be understanding for like nice to other people because I get it, you understand that could be difficult, but at the same time it's your life. You can't, babies cry. Babies cry. They're gonna cry. They need to cry. It's the way they communicate, right?
I'll tell you what else people are worried about when they go on holiday. Mosquitoes.
Oh, you're terrible with your mosquitoes, you.
I was just thinking, what else am I worried about? And I get worried about mosquitoes.
Understandably though, because you have a bad reaction with them.
I do, and they love me. As we've said before, they do love me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fear about all the injections that you have to take and all of the... And that gets in people's heads, I think, as well. Because it's like, oh my God, I need to take all these different injections and have all of these different tablets and malaria tablets and this, that and the other in case a random dog bites me.
Which, by the way, I mean, that happened...
It happened when I was away,
yeah. Not to you, but
not to me,
to the person you were with.
It did. They got bitten on a bike, and then we ended up going to the hospital, and I had to demand that they gave him treatment. They weren't going to give him treatment. They went, go home, and if you get any symptoms, then come back. And I was like, if he gets symptoms, he's dead. Like, that's rabies, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, I rang up my insurance. England says we need the treatment. England? Now. Okay.
That's scary though. That is scary because you
had
think
to
some
fund
people
it.
might have went home.
Yeah.
And just
Well, I
been
rang
like,
up the
okay, cool.
insurance, and the insurance were like, no, get that treatment, get it now. So I was like, we ain't leaving until we've got it.
I mean, that is scary when that kind of stuff happens. But I mean, that's like when we were going to Thailand though, like we went and we spoke to the travel clinic to be like, tell me what I need because it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Get your stuff that you need
but at
done
the same
before you go.
time, did I actually need any of that stuff? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? So I think it puts a lot of fear. I think we could frame it better. I think you go to those places and they're like, oh, you could get this, you could get that. And they make you really scared and really worried. Like, if my mum went to one of those places, she'd be like, Michaela, you're not going anywhere. Like, don't you go anywhere. But she's not been to one of those places because she's never been abroad. So I can see why people would get scared about it. But then, yeah, obviously then, I suppose from your parents, it's like, are you getting things done in your life that you should be getting done? It just depends, I suppose, what governs the person's life.
Yeah.
In terms of their fears and their values and what they think priorities should be. There's a lot of projection of what people think priorities should be instead of us affirming our own priorities and saying this is the way we want to live and being accepted according to that. That's the problem, isn't it?
I think you just hit that in the nail on the head there. And I think traveling, and I think what the beautiful thing is when you mentioned earlier about traveling on your own as a woman, I think that was I loved that. I did that with Canada. I loved that. That was such an empowering thing because I'd never done it before. Like I'd went to places like little places like around the UK and stuff on my own or whatever, but going to Canada on my own was incredible. And that was a shift to me. Like I can do, if I can travel on my own like this, I've just felt like I could do anything. And it felt amazing. I had a wonderful time. I met so many amazing people, and I learnt more about myself as well. So that was incredible. So I think it's a really good thing for women to do. Not even just women, men and women, as long as you're safe, as long as you know that you can keep yourself safe and that you don't do anything stupid. Do you know what I mean?
What was the biggest thing you learned?
That I could do it. Genuinely, that is literally, I could do it. I think I always thought, oh, I need to get someone else to do it. Now, any trips and holidays, I was like, oh, I'll have to go with someone else. But it taught me that I can do that on my own and I can do anything on my own if I want to. Literally anything. And that it's not too scary, that it is possible. And just to do it. And I think that was it, yeah. And I trusted myself. So I learned to trust myself that I could go on my own and do it and I'd be able to get myself around. Now, but it was an English speaking country. Canada.
Don't dismiss what you learn.
Oh no, I learned that, but
take it
I
away.
think that would be another
trust.
thing. That would be a different thing, like going somewhere that people didn't speak English. That would be interesting, because then now it's like there's another barrier there. That how do you maneuver that? You know.
It was still like very far.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it was still a long way to go on your own.
Yeah.
As a female, which I know it's difficult for men and female, but there is something a little bit more vulnerable about being a female and travelling on your own, because we are physically, most of us, weaker. We are, like, compared to men, most of us are physically weaker. Some women will be out there going, I'm not physically weak, and they're probably not now. Women be lifting, but
Yeah, we are lifting.
right? But our bodies are designed in that way. So I think we should end it on that note and celebrate your self-trust and your learning.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I like this ending. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, and the other more women should you know, if they can, see if they can go and do it themselves safely. But yeah.
Let us know your thoughts about the topics today, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys.